Have you ever wondered how some of the weirdest phrases we say every day actually came to be? You might be caught in a pickle with a tricky situation or ready to tackle the whole shebang without skipping a beat, but the origins of these phrases are full of surprises. And the diehards? Well, they go way beyond action movies and Christmas Eve battles at Nakatomi Plaza. Are you ready? Here are 5 historical origins of popular English phrases you won't believe. Number 5. Under the weather. When someone's feeling sick or down, they often say they're under the weather. It might seem like an odd choice of words, but it actually comes from a nautical origin. In the old days, sailors on long sea voyages often got sick from the unpredictable and rough seas. When this happened, they'd head below deck to rest, literally taking refuge under the weather to avoid the effects of the stormy sky and seas above. Number 4. Cost an arm and a leg. When something is ridiculously expensive, you might say it costs an arm and a leg. As it turns out, the various origins of this phrase are just as surprising as its meaning. One theory goes back to 17th century Ireland, where King Charles II commissioned Sir Thomas Armstrong and Colonel George Legge to produce halfpenny coins. These coins, known as arm and leg coins, were later used by Irish immigrants in the American colonies, with the phrase costs an arm and a leg originally meaning, it'll cost you a halfpenny. Other theories tie the phrase to World War II, where a lot of soldiers lost their limbs. Yet another idea is that it's an offshoot of expressions like I'd give my right arm for something, or even if it takes a leg, both ways of saying you'd pay a great price. The most romantic explanation, however, points to portrait painting, where a headshot was cheaper than one featuring arms and legs. Number 3. Barking up the wrong tree. Have you ever had someone go after the wrong idea or make an assumption that was way off? That's when we say they're barking up the wrong tree. This saying originated from hunting with dogs. When hunting animals like raccoons, dogs would often chase them up trees and bark to alert their human companions. However, sometimes they'd pick the wrong tree entirely, enthusiastically barking at a branch while their quarry escaped to safety. Number 2. Steal my thunder. If someone ever swooped in and took credit for something you worked hard on, you might say they stole your thunder. The phrase originated with John Dennis, an English playwright in the early 1700s. Dennis invented a special machine to mimic the sound of thunder for his play Appius in Virginia, but the play was a flop and closed early. Soon after, Dennis attended a performance of Macbeth and heard his thunder technique being used without his permission. Furious, he reportedly shouted, "That is my thunder by G.D. The villains will play my thunder, but not my plays." His outburst turned into an idiom that lives on today, used anytime someone takes credit for someone else's hard work or success. Number 1. Caught between a rock and a hard place. If you've ever had to choose between 2 really bad options, you were probably caught between a rock and a hard place. This saying actually comes from the early 1900s during a miners' strike in Arizona. Workers, faced with tough conditions and poor wages, had to choose between going on strike and risking joblessness, or continuing to work under the difficult circumstances. They were literally caught between a rock, their jobs in the mines, and a hard place, the economic hardship of striking. Today, it's used for any situation where neither choice is ideal, but you have to pick one whether you want to or not. And that's a wrap. It's packed with unexpected backstories that will take care of everything you still want to know.